The 12 Dancing Princesses. There was once a king who had 12 daughters. They slept each night in the same chamber, in 12 beds set side by side. Each evening the doors were locked from the outside, and each morning, when the doors were opened again, the king found their shoes worn thin. The soles were scuffed, the ribbons frayed, as though they had been danced in all night. The princesses said nothing. The king asked where they had gone. They smiled and said they had slept. But the shoes told a different story. Each morning, new shoes were bought. Each night, the doors were locked. Each morning, the shoes were worn again. The king did not shout. He did not accuse. He simply waited and watched and wondered. At last, he announced that anyone who could discover where his daughters went each night would be rewarded, but if they failed, they would not return home. Many tried. They were given a bed in the outer room and told to listen, but each night sleep came over them heavily. Their eyes closed, their thoughts slowed. By morning, they remembered nothing. The shoes were worn again. Then, one evening, a quiet soldier came to the palace. He had been travelling for a long time and had learned how easily people drifted into sleep when they should not. He asked only to be allowed to stay awake. That night, he was given a cup to drink. He poured it away unseen and lay still. When the room grew quiet, the princesses rose. They dressed without speaking. They laughed softly, as if not to wake the walls. One by one, they touched the floor, and a place opened beneath them. A stairway descended, smooth and worn, as though many feet had passed there before. The soldier followed at a distance. Down they went, into a long passage lit by lamps that never flickered. The air was cool and steady. At the end of the passage stood a forest of silver leaves, and beyond it a river that flowed without sound. Boats waited. The princesses stepped into them, and the water carried them forward. Music drifted from the far shore. Not loud, not fast, but constant. On the other side stood a hall. Inside, the light never changed. The floor was smooth. The music never stopped. And there, night after night, the princesses danced. They danced without hurry. They danced without joy. They danced as though it was simply what was done. When the music ended, they returned the way they had come. Up the stairs, into their beds, before morning. The soldier returned with them and lay down as if he had never moved. When the king was told, he listened quietly. The princesses did not deny it. The doors were closed for the last time. The shoes were no longer brought. And somewhere beneath the palace, the lamps continued to burn, the river continued to flow, and the hall remained waiting, silent now and empty.